Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. And this is James Popola. I'm the host on the show. And practically, the goal is to help you and show you how you can do something I've done before. So, in this video, I want to share with you how you can write, self publish, and launch your first book in just 90 days. This is without fluff. And this is my own experience, and this is something I can guarantee that you can do, right? And guess what? I'm going to provide all that you need. I mean, the documents you need, the guide you need, and if you can, wait to the end of the this presentation so you can assess some of the opportunities that I will be providing. While you're waiting and you're watching, do well to check the description of this video below and grab all the grabbables, grab all the freebies that I have for you in the description. All right, a good start. My name is James, like I said earlier, and I started writing when I was 12, and I think I sort of did blog writing when I was around 15, 16 thereabout. And when I entered uni, I was also writing. I like to write articles and all of that. I love writing actually. So I joined Wikimedia Foundation as a volunteer to write on Wikipedia. So I joined, that was in 2019, if I can. Yeah, 2019. So I sort of write for free, and later I realized, oh, this my writing that is free. I can actually monetize it, right? And what did I do? So I wanted to write a book. So that was in 2022, but I couldn't. I mean, I left the drafts. I gave my brother, I'm like, bro, I'm no longer interested. And guess what? The following year, which was 2023, I sort of started the book projects. I sort of looked for ways. I got a publisher. At this point, I'm sharing with you an experience so you can pick what you need and discard what you don't. So God so good, and I was able to get a good publisher. But this guide is to help you on how you don't necessarily need to get a publisher, is what you can actually do all by yourself, right? Just do well to follow the guide. So the first thing is I need to tell you why you need to write a book. The first is that the experience you have need to be shared, need to be read by people across the world. Don't see yourself as someone, what do I need to write about and all of that. If you're probably lived up to 30 years, or you have lived up to 25 years, or you have lived up to 12 or 15 years, you have a story to tell. But this, I'm telling you about non-fiction books, right? I'm telling you lived experiences that you can share. If you have had a trauma, if you had an experience, if you had had a, a more like maybe a very um maybe down season when you lost hope and then your hope came back alive, you can also share. So there are a lot of things you can actually write about. You can also write to inspire other people. You can write to share your own idea, your own philosophy about life that can also impact others. Your book could be something like this. 10 important things I wish I knew before 30, right? That is telling you that people who are coming to the age of 30 can learn from it. People who are in 20s, people who are young can learn from it. Even people who are older can also learn from it. Because when you learn from the mistake of others, you are able to forge ahead, right? And you're able to become a better version of yourself because you have learned from the experience of another person. So that's basically one thing I need you to get right. So I need to debunk this. You don't necessarily have to have huge followings or huge followers or become an influencer before you'll be able to write a book. Your book does not have to be voluminous. It doesn't have to be 500 pages, 400 pages, 200 pages, 100 pages. No, there are short books of 70, 30, 40. In fact, I bought a book recently. It was just 9 pages. I mean, 9 pages. I think if I'm to calculate, it should be about maybe 8 pages because the first page happened to be a design. And I paid. I paid $5 for it. So imagine the countless number of people who are paying for such book, right? So you shouldn't in any way see maybe the short writing you're having has not been important. So I also wrote a book recently. I sort of shared an experience I've had at an embassy, and I put it in a 50-page document, and I shared it for free, right? I can monetize it. I wish to, but I'm also using it as a way to get leads. So I need to let you know that your intention for writing your book needs to be clear. Are you trying to get audience? Are you trying to get people who can also buy from you for other purposes? Then you can have it as your lead magnet. That's a story on its own. We can talk about that later. Lead magnet is something that has to do with marketing, right? But that's not the focus of this. Or you want to write a story to have your own legacy out there or to have additional source of income, right? That's also a good one. So you need to be clear about what you want to do, or you want to write to use it as a way to fundraise. That is also a good one. That's not bad. Or you want to write in order for you to feel fulfilled, like, oh yeah, I have a published author. You need to probably look within your circle and count the number of people who have a book published. If you don't have any, that means you need to get to publish a book soon. And so this guide is very practicable. I'm sharing with you how you can get your books self-published and how you can get to sell those books, ways you can sell your books. I'm going to tell you that. And things that you need to put in place before you even hit publish, right? All right. So let us start. There are four processes that you need when it comes to being a published author. Number one is the writing. And the writing itself involves brainstorming and also ideating, right? Then you're talking about the next stage, which is you trying to draft out what you want. That's the second stage. You write, you draft. But then from draft, we talk about strategies of how you want to market your book. Then you talk about how to reach your audience. That's another aspect. Some of these things they look complicated, but they are very simple. I'll keep them very simple and short so you can grab value from this. If I'm to start all over as a multi-published author, it's a multi-published author, right? I have up to like 5 books now, and in all my books, I have a particular one on Amazon, which is my first bestseller, and I sold over 500 copies in 90 days, I guess. Yeah, 90 days. Guess what? I sold more of hard copies. So the strategies of how I sold those 500 copies. I'm not saying 500,000 copies. I didn't say 5,000 copies. I haven't gotten there yet. I will, definitely. But I want it to be something that you yourself can consider. That's why I said this is practicable and this is from my own personal experience. It's a lived experience, right? I just need you to follow me. But what you need to do is this. For a standard book, if you want it to be a standard book, you need at least 10,000 words, right? And that's the minimum. If you are reaching out to a publisher, then that's the traditional way of publishing. Then, if you are now reaching out to a publisher can tell you you need 15,000, 50,000 words before they can accept your book and all of those processes and all of that. Those are no longer in vogue. They are archaic, old fashioned, and unnecessary. You can write 1,000 words book and present it to the world that this is my book and people value it. You can also write 100,000 words book and people will say, no, you've written rubbish, right? So one thing you need to know is you need to get the right audience. That's another aspect that I'm going to tell you about. So let's start first. In the first month, because this is a 90 days program. In the first month, you need to focus on how you can the first one, you need to focus on how you can get your ideas all in place. I mean, get your ideas into the right frame, write about what you want to do, what you want to accomplish. You need to write them and put them down. Like your ideas are very important. You need to put your ideas in place, right? You need to put your ideas in place. So when you put your ideas in place, then you need to move to another point where you get to brainstorm with someone, ask them questions. So while brainstorming, I would ask you these things. What are the 10 important things that you would like to talk about? Just keep it simple. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Itemize them, put them into perspectives. When you have listed those 10 things, look at a story you can tell about how you have lived out that thing, right? If you if you do that, that goes a long way as well. So when you've done that, what you need to do next is how to start. Now, to start is that you need to just find a way to write. If you write 500 words in 20 days, you'd have 10,000 words, right? But it's easier said than done. So what I did was mine was a sprint. So I think I finished my writing in 2 weeks. But the next level was getting to get a reviewers. And this is how you can get a reviewer for free for your first draft. Your first draft is when your ideas have been written and you have it in flesh, in paper. You send to your friend and ask your friend, please can you help me to read through this and give me a recommendation and all of that. Man, when a teacher is marking a script, I got a lot of red marks. I mean, pa, 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 pa. No, remove this, add this, rephrase this, write this, and all of that. You need such a friend who can give you an honest feedback on what you have written. At this point, you are not after perfection. You are after getting a review of what you have written. And what you have written will just be okay, how can I improve this? How can I make it better and all of that, right? So that's one thing you need to focus on, right? So I hope you got to this point. Then we can move to another point. The next point is after you have done your draft, you have given to your friend has given you feedback. You need to come back and improve what I have been asked to improve. Do the necessary thing, add them up, solve it, and make it better. So when you make it better, you need to move to another stage, which is still your first month. Remember, it's three months we are going on. In your first month, you need to start thinking on how do you work on your design. I mean, the book cover design. By that time, you are coming up with a book idea. I mean, the book idea has to do with a title and a subtitle. Please don't in any way overburden yourself with the title. You can get to change your title along the way anytime and all of that. So just make sure that you get a good title that resonates with you deeply. And also not just get a title, but make sure that the title is such that can help to impact other people and also get to solve a problem. So because you're not just writing just for yourself, but you're writing for people to read, because the essence of writing is for readers to be able to read what you have written. All right. Then when you're done with the edition, chapterization, and you have moved to the next month, which is the second month. In your second month, you start thinking about marketing your book. See, many people finish their book, publish it, then start marketing. That is very wrong. So this is what I do. If your draft is already ready and your book is already going on its own on the side, while you have gotten your first draft done and then you have improved on your first draft, then you can start your marketing. That's the point you get to hire somebody to design your graphics for you because pictures really attract people. Like people are moved by what they see. They are really moved by what they see. So you need to pay attention to the graphics, make sure it is professionally designed. If you can afford that, I think what you can do, you can go on Canva, make a design. But if you can't, please pay a professional to help you with that because that is very important. Don't judge a book by its cover. Please, people do the otherwise. They judge your book by the cover. Yes, yeah. So focus less on the title if you don't have one at the beginning. Focus less on the title if you don't have one at the beginning. What really matters is what idea are you trying to solve? Who are you trying to reach? I am trying to reach a young person in Africa, right? What am I trying to impact? I'm trying to tell the person that it's possible to do and become the person you have dreamed to be, right? That's the solution. What is the message? The central goal of my message is to bring hope to whoever is reading the message, either a young person, an elderly person, a mentor, a teacher, a principal, a leader in any field and all of that. So define who your audience is. If you can define your audience, then you can start reaching out in the second month, especially on the sixth week. That is like 1 month and 2 weeks. Start reaching out. Start reaching out. So before I continue, we are in the second month. So you're talking about the second month of your 90 days program. I and my team, we are currently working on a project, and the project is to empower new authors, and the target is 1,000 new authors. And we know this is possible by getting you on board. You are one of those people. You and 999 others would be on the platform. So if you're interested in how you can get guide in a community, how you can get support and all of that, please check the description below and fill the form in the description so we can get you on board for the community. What we are going to be doing in the community is that you get to ask questions, get guide, get support, you know, and assess other published authors who share their ideas, and other authors can also get to lift you, help you, support you, because it's not easy being an author, right? There are some other aspects that I might not be able to say because of the brevity of what we are talking about. So back to what we are talking about. So when you are started marketing, you need to make sure that the goal of your marketing is to get the words out there, increase the consciousness, increase people's anticipation about when your book will be launched, and then sell fear to them. How do you sell fear? Tell them you can pre-order now and get 40%, 30%, 50% discounts. That tells that once the book is launched, people cannot get it at that price. If your book is $22, you can tell them that you can pre-order now at $15, at $16. Please take note, pay attention to this. You need to be very certain of the type of book you want to write. Do you want to make it a soft copy or hard copy, right? By soft copy, I mean digital one. Then by hard copy, which is paperback, that is a printed one. There are some things I need to explain to you at that point. Please be very clear with what you're saying. And as a new author, be very careful when you share your book because sometimes you get to share some books, and I'm telling you this from experience. If you know the book you want to give out is for free, then you can get it across digitally. Then if you know the book you want to also give out is not for free, you want to get reward for your um intellectual brainstorming and gifts given to you by God, you need to ensure that you safeguard your content so it doesn't get out there and get shared all for free. You need to first make money out of it, even if you want people to share it later. And so develop strategies on how you can save your book because some people can get your content and repurpose it and start selling for another purpose. So do well to pay attention to that aspect. So please do not forget about our community where you are trying to raise and include 1,000 new authors. And this is courtesy from Inkspark Consulting. One of the writers on Inkspark, so I get to help people on I guide people on how they can go from zero to publish and how they can get their books out there. So please put a comment in this, and if you are getting value or if you are gaining value from this, let me know. So in the third month, what do you want to do? In the third month, what you basically have to do in this month is you keep marketing your book, and then in the third month, you try as much as possible to reviews get reviews from people who are influential, people who know about you, who can say something about you, and all of that. In the third month as well, you can also get someone to write you forward. Make sure it's somebody that knows you so well and can resonate with what you have written. That goes a long way. Why do you need reviews and forwards? Because it's your first book, you would need reviews from people who tell, oh, this is the book, you need to read it, and all of that. That kind of helps people to pay attention to what you have written and be like, wow, this is worth reading. Yeah, this person have said this about this and all of that. And then you can even get more sales by people posting, reposting your reviews, the reviews about your book and all of that. And then the person who writes your forward, it doesn't have to be a very influential person, but it has to be a mentor figure or somebody who occupies a very important aspect in your life. It could be someone you have worked with or anybody, right? But make sure that it's someone who is like a senior to you because that is very, very important. So after you have done that, remember, this is not just for you to write and publish in 90 days. I also want to tell you on how you can develop a marketing strategy, not just a marketing strategy, but a marketing strategy that sells. And so in the next 5 minutes, I'll tell you about that. And now you can also sell at least 500 copies of your book in the next 90 days, right? So let's say you launch your book 90 on your 90th day, then what you can do next is that you need to keep marketing your book. You need to keep marketing your book. So what you get from the pre-sale, you can use it to print the book that you want to launch and then give to those people. But pay attention to how you want to get the books across to them. Tell them that shipping is their responsibility, is not on you and all of that, because you need to be careful of that as well. But if they get to pre-order on Amazon, you get delivered to them and they get to pay for the shipping fee and all of that. So next thing I said I want to tell you about is about how to market. See, the traction you get to your book is dependent on you. So are you going to use influencers? Are you going to post on social medias? Would you do paid ads? Would you explore giving out some copies to people who can help your book more popular and all of that? And also encourage your readers to tag you on their social medias. Then people can get to see you. They can also post a picture where they are reading. Like I engaged some of my friends, I snapped with them, they talked about my book and all of that. Some even did videos and all of that, short videos, and I get to repost. And then people get to be like, wow, let's support you. Wow, it's nice. You have a book. Then how can we get you? And guess what? You get more money from your book more than because of your book more than on your book sales. That means if your book gets into the right hands, you can get speaking engagement, you can get opportunity to come and coach, to come and be a consultant, or to come and help other people, to come and inspire young people or people within your category in case you are seasoned, in case you are more like somebody who is an expert or a consultant in a field, you can get some of these gigs. So what really matters is put the right thing in the right place. Then what next? You need to try as much as possible to market and market and market and market your book. It's very, very important. Put it on your head like this, like put it on your head, sell it, like come on, buy what I'm selling. I'm very serious, right? That's one aspect where authors actually get it wrong. They get to be like, oh, I've written a good book, and then people will read it, people will buy it. It's a lie. You need to carry it on your head. You need to take it as a big deal and market like a gorilla. Like market aggressively, sell to everybody and anybody, tell everyone that you know that the book can impact. And that's how it is. So what did I do? I reached out to my friends. I was a class rep, a leader in my school. So I told my classmate and all of that, come and help me buy my books, talk about my book, repost, and all of that. Another thing I did was I went to my church, my community where I grew up. And I'm like, oh, I've written a book. You can use it. You can also give your children. And when parents read the book, I'm like, wow, nice. Okay, I can give it to my children. So you can have different target audiences and all of that. You can reach out to youth-led organizations that they can sponsor and buy 50 copies. They can buy one copy. They can buy as many copies as they want. You'll be surprised. I got an organization that picked just 3 copies of my book, and they paid like I think they sort of like paid an appreciation money and said, "Oh, we are supporting your launch with 50 copies." So you could see. So what really matters is get the right things right, do them the right way, try as much as possible to offer value to people, try as much as possible to ensure that in this age that people are just using AI the wrong way, people are copying AI and pasting AI. Do not be there. Please write a really, really good book. Like my coach will always say, Coach Azan Osman is founder of Writer on the Side podcast. His podcast really inspires me. I went as far as the first episode of his podcast when I met him. You know, I sort of bounced on him on Twitter. He doesn't have a huge following on social media across board. However, he has a huge account. I mean, this person is selling, he has results. So learn from others as well. So as a new writer, as a new author, as an emerging author, do not in any way underrate this advice. Look forward to people who have done it before, learn from them, buy their books, buy their courses, know about their mindset, know about what they are doing, get into their newsletters, and do well to also reach out to them, tell them you need advice from them and all of that. And above all, which is also important, pray about it. Pray about what you're doing. I'm a believer. I believe in God, and whatsoever you do, God makes you to prosper. And I would say that as a Christian, if you're a Christian or if you're a believer, whatever you believe in, try as much as possible to pray. But for me as a Christian, my Bible tells me that I should pray that whatever I ask, God will give to me if I believe. So, and then I would say have a target. Like, what are you targeting? And don't dream too low. Don't dream too low. I don't mean that you should. People will tell you, oh, why not just print 10 copies? Why not just print 100 copies? Just make sure you have a target, work towards your target, and try as much as possible to keep it simple. All right, keep it simple. Have a target, work towards it. Develop strategies on how you want to get funds to print your book. And then there are some mistakes I'll tell you in another episode. But for now, please let me remind you that we are working on a big project, and the goal of that project is to get 1,000 new authors. And those 1,000 new authors will be in the community. And in that community, we are focusing on growth, we are focusing on strategy, we are focusing on helping one another in as much capacity that we can. So do well to click on the link in the description below and show your interest that you want to join the 1,000 League of New Authors. You can be an author before the end of this next quarter. You can also be an author before the end of this year, 2025. The goal is to ensure that we get to you and we get to share ideas with you. We get to learn from you. What are your pain points? What are the things you wish to write? Have you been considering maybe being a writer or an author, but you don't have the courage to start? And yes, like I promised, I definitely will fulfill my promise. So in this video, check the description. I'm also adding a an editable document that I can use, an Amazon standard document that I can use to write your drafts on, and then all you need to just to edit, write, change, and adopt and create. Like I always say, create. So do well to use all of these, and then if you need any help, you have questions, do well to comment. In case this is your first time and you have watched to this point, please do well to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Like, it's very, very important. It shows that you're engaging. It shows activities happening on this channel. and I get notification from YouTube that, oh wow, something is happening on your YouTube channel, and it gives me joy, and I'm happy to share with you. And this will also encourage me to come back to share you more on how you can market, on how you can write, on how you can sell, on how you can launch, and on how you can make money from your writing. I hope you gain value from this once again. I remain your favorite host, the James Bukola Show, and I'm happy that our league of 1,000 new authors is growing and we are moving fast. Like this week alone, we have gotten over 10 people who have joined, and we're going to 1,000. So you can also join. All right. Till I meet you again. Bye for now. Thank you.